All right. So over the last 24 hours, we've taken a dip. Bitcoin. Uh, I think it was sometime yesterday or something like that, or early yesterday morning. Bitcoin got back up to like $126. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of $126, and we had ETH. ETH touched 4,700, I believe. Yeah, ETH touched 4,700. Let's see here. I think he touched 4,700. Computer's freezing up. Okay, yeah, 4,751. Uh, we seen Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 126, 108 right there. But anyways, this latest pullback that we got, I believe this was a healthy pullback, and I think now there's going to be possibly a new buying opportunity. Um, my over the last 24 hours, my portfolio kind of bled a little bit, but I'm still in profits from over the last month. Ironically, I'm still in profits, but we're definitely going to see what's going to happen here over the next 24 to 48 hours. But I do believe that this was actually kind of a healthy pullback and like I say, new buying opportunity. And I believe our next major pump, especially when it comes to the low cap utility and meme coins, I believe it's going to be kind of a big one. Our next major run up. But anyways, let's check out the Fear and Greed. Uh, we got the Fear and Greed at 62, which is pretty good. Fear and Greed is back up to 62. All right. Last time I checked the Fear and Greed, we was in the 50s. All right. We got altcoin index 56 100. Um, the CMC is 266, and we're still over that 4 trillion market cap. We're still over that 4 trillion market cap. But yeah, Bitcoin is all. If you notice, Bitcoin has been finding new higher highs, and then it'll consolidate, look for a new low, before we head back up. Uh, but anyways, yeah, that's what's going on with the market. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. Definitely, if you guys can, the link is going to be at the bottom left. Highly stressed, man. Get on over there to the Patreon. The link will be at the bottom left for the private Patreon community. All the other crypto YouTubers are charging like, $50 to $100 for their discords and stuff. Just to get maybe they're going to help you make money, or maybe they're going to help you make life changing gains in this market. But hey, for only 15 bucks, man, hey, give it a shot. I've been covering these low cap gems for the last 5 years, whether it's utility or memes. Just dropped a new video yesterday, matter of fact, over on Patreon. You got to get over there, especially if you're new. But anyways, but if not, oh well, that doesn't really matter to me. But this is what I do. We got a small community, over there on Patreon, small community. Everybody there is like-minded. Hey, believe it, we're all there making money. We don't play no games over, we play no games over there. But anyways, let's get back right into it. As far as crypto news um, is concerned, uh, let's see what they're talking about Bitcoin. Okay. So what's the latest and greatest? The mainstream media is always going to give out some false information. Let's see what mainstream media is saying right now. But like I said, we're at that stage now. You know, I think the next major pump for Bitcoin, like I said, the fact that we already hit 126, you know, I highly believe that next major run up is 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 going to be at least, we could be looking at 130 to 135 Bitcoin within the next couple of weeks, and then Ethereum could possibly get back up to over 5K. And what do you guys think? What's going to happen with alts? Altcoins are going to go crazy, parabolic.
It's a big, important market now with massive participation, but the story's always the same, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of like store of value, more people know about it and want to participate in it. Is there anything that's kind of moving the needle on a fundamental basis or a flow basis at this point?
Well, look, I actually think one of the problems with the traditional financial market is that people have to pay attention to it, right? If you think about what's going on in the stock market, I have to know what the company is, what products they're constantly coming out with, who are they selling them to, what's the latest earnings report, what's interest rates, all this information. It's very hard. And so if you think of the average American, they are getting punished in the economy. Right, that K-shaped economy is really, really hurting a very large portion of it. And the beauty of Bitcoin is the very simple story. They are never going to stop printing money, so therefore Bitcoin will never stop going up. And if you simply think of Bitcoin as savings technology, all you have to do is go out, work hard at your job, make money, spend less than you make, and then put the extra savings into Bitcoin, and then allow Bitcoin to benefit from what we know is going to happen, which is they are never going to stop printing money. And I think that simplicity is actually very attractive to some cohort of investors. And now you see investors saying, wait a second here, this quote unquote debasement trade means that I don't have to go do all that work. I can simply just go and buy something like Bitcoin. And I think that really maybe the story of finance of this decade is that Bitcoin is becoming the hurdle rate, right? Historically, we've looked at things like the S&P. If you go back to 2020, the S&P is up 100% since 2020. Priced in Bitcoin is down 90%. All of the returns that people are talking about in traditional finance, most of them are negative because no one can beat Bitcoin. And so if you can't beat it, then we just say you got to buy it. And I think that's what a lot of investors are starting to do.
That's true. Now, the vast majority of Bitcoin that an individual saver is buying is being sold by somebody who already owned it, right? I mean, there's a massive industry that's essentially just kind of middleman, frictional. It's mostly about trading. It's not about anything else. It's not about opening up a savings account where the bank creates the asset.
Well, there's always going to be trading volume in any asset, right? People are obviously going to constantly be trading an asset back and forth. But what you see is more and more Bitcoin is being taken into what we call illiquid supply. So over time, that percentage continues to increase where every Bitcoin that I buy, no one's ever touching it again until I die. Right? And I think there's a lot of Bitcoiners who believe the exact same thing. And so what you're starting to see is that illiquid supply numbers creeping up. And so as more capital comes in, the only thing that can happen is if you have a finite supply asset, more people want that asset, but the people who hold it aren't willing to sell it, the price has to go up to clear the market. And that's why Bitcoin continues to go up over time.
Gold has done better than Bitcoin this year. Do you think in the crypto community they see gold as an ally or is it a competitor?
Yeah, it's funny that on one hand, Bitcoin and crypto folks, they're brothers in arms, right, in the fight against currency debasement. On the other hand, I think that the gold bugs are having a field day because they're outperforming Bitcoin. I think gold's up 50% this year. Bitcoin's up about 33%. What I will say is that the average return since 2015 of Bitcoin in Q4 is 60%. So the gold bugs, you're not at the finish line for the year yet. Let's see what happens. But if you go back just 5 years, right, gold is up about 100%. And during that time, Bitcoin's up 1,000%. And so I think that they both benefit from the same thing. It's just that you have a smaller market cap asset that's got a lot more volatility in Bitcoin. And therefore, this kind of gold with wings is the way I like to think about Bitcoin.
What's the difference between those investor pools, or do they overlap?
I think that you generally are going to have an older audience that's got gold. You're also going to have the central banks today, institutions. But very quickly, you're starting to see more and more people that own Bitcoin. They're getting older. Right? It's been around for 15, 16 years now. But also, I think that people aspire to have the central banks eventually hold Bitcoin. The question is just, when do they do that? And what are the geopolitical things that start to transpire if all of a sudden you're saying, we're going to go put Bitcoin in our actual treasury reserve?
All right, there we have it. What they're saying. So, like I said, Bitcoin is definitely the way to go. And in this whole cryptocurrency market, see, everybody who's in crypto now, especially majority of people's in altcoins, the smaller coins. But we have to use Bitcoin, for a rule of thumb. Bitcoin is going to determine how alts are going to do, and also Ethereum, of course. Got to pay close attention to Ethereum. We're sitting at 4,500 right now for Ethereum. So we're looking good. Like I said, the market is looking for a new level of support. Like I said, I believe this pullback after Bitcoin pumping up to 126, this pullback was definitely healthy for the whole cryptocurrency market. For all how many altcoins is there? What close to 20 grand or something like that. So, anyways, we could see a lot of coins that a favorite like Man U, meme coin. This is, by the way. I've just started following my channel. This is the top #1 meme coin right now. We're back down to a 39 million market cap. We're still up 134% for the month, down 25% for the week, 17% for the day. So yeah, I'm looking at Man U. Hey, look, I'm going to definitely see between now and Friday where the level's going to be at for Man U. I'm looking at a new buying opportunity. Definitely looking for a new buying opportunity. Plus, I'm actually already still in the green. Despite our pullback, our dip we got over the last few days, I'm actually ironically still in profit in this one, even at the pump it all the way up to a 72 million market cap. Then we pull back, but I'm seeing a new buying opportunities. I'm definitely going to load up um, another bag of Man U once it um, this coming up Friday. So yeah, I see opportunities when I see this market. Uh, Let me see. Even Jerry the Turtle. Let me pull that up right quick. The meme coin Jerry the Turtle. We are. Let me see here. My personal opinion. None of this is financial advice, but my personal opinion. Uh, Jerry the Turtle and Man U are my two top meme coins for this cycle. Definitely a new buying opportunity. I pretty much already took advantage of the buying opportunity for Jerry, especially when we dip back down to like 4 zeros, like 70. Um, about a week and a half ago. All right, Jerry the Turtle, JYAI. We're still holding that 1% of a penny. So that's looking good. We're holding 7 million market cap, just what, 6,500 holders. So yeah, we're holding up pretty good. I would have thought we would have dipped back down to 4 zeros. But hey, in fact, we're still holding above that. We're still holding that 1% of a penny. So that's looking good. As you can see, Wells are getting back in. I'm telling you, man, Jared the Turtle, I'm telling you, when this market explodes, it's going to explode hard. Definitely got to stay locked and loaded. Okay, we can check out some of our favorite. Also, let's see what's going on with ZBEC. You know, it's going to be so many opportunities cycle. ZBEC pumped a little bit this week. It's up 18% for the week, 23% for the month. Yep, ZBEC Network took a little dip today, down 8.8%. So yeah, the ZBEC Network. Yeah, it's going to do its thing. XPR. Can't forget about XPR Metal Blockchain. Okay, XPR, we kind of dipped it's trading flat down to 2056. It could be a new buying opportunity for XPR, especially if you was already holding 159 million market cap right now at 2056. But anyways, guys, um, uh, this market is definitely going to be something special. Let me see here. Okay, we got what's that? Baby Dogecoin, Baby Doge. Okay, they got the Binance listing, 229 million market cap. I'm gonna take a look at that one. Baby Doge, just that. What's that? 7 zeros. Okay, 8 zeros. Okay, 8 zeros, 13. Whew, that market cap is kind of high, huh? For Baby Doge, market cap is definitely kind of high right there for a coin at that price at 8 zeros. 229 million market cap. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at it. I know some people talked about that meme coin. It's been out for a while now, but that market cap is, whew, I think it's really high for that price. But anyways, there we have it. That is my update on the crypto market. Check out the top 100. There's Solana 224. Solana's still looking pretty good. It's up 9% for the last 7 days. It's down 4%, 4.5% for the last 24 hours. It's not bad, despite the market pulling back. Solana's looking pretty solid. Then we got all of our top 100. But anyway, either way it goes, um, this whole the whole cryptocurrency market, including Bitcoin and ETH, we're still over a 4 trillion market cap. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Definitely going to stay locked and loaded. I've been saying this for the last year. I'm even seeing new buying opportunities now after this dip. And what's crazy is this dip happened so fast. We was just looking at a 126,000 Bitcoin just yesterday. Now we're all the way. We pulled all the way back down to 120. Now we're back. It looked like we're already back up to 122. This shows you how this crypto market could be a roller coaster sometime. We're already back up to 122 after pulling back up to 120. This is definitely a fast moving market. Definitely fast moving. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. Helps the information get out there. Hey, the link is going to be at the bottom left for the private Patreon community. See you guys over there. Um, we talk about the crypto news and all that. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.